What's up guys, it's Clancy, and I don't even really know what this video is about to be, but I know that A, I'm about to spill some tea, and B, it's about to be interesting. So stay tuned, buckle up, get some tea, coffee, snacks, whatever. We're getting real. So I've been working in the TV news industry for 4 years now. Yeah, I've only been a reporter on air for just over 2, but I had internships and I had ways to see the behind the scenes at an earlier age than when I was just beginning. And one thing that was apparent pretty much from the beginning is that the stereotypes of, on-air people being divas and this and that, in some cases, are true. Seriously, one thing I want to make clear is that 99 even percent of the people that I have met, 99's too big, let's go with 90% of the people I've met have been wonderful, nice, down to earth, so just generous and understanding and just wonderful people. And if that wasn't the case, I wouldn't have gotten into this industry ever, because I don't want to be surrounded by anyone who's not like that. But working in this industry, I have come across quite a few people who, like, what my face right now is exactly how I feel inside. Like, just, to be completely frank, you think they never were raised by parents. You think they were raised by just wolves who taught them that being mean and rude and just it's all about you mindset, like you think that's like what they grew up on. So I decided I'm not gonna say names, I'm not gonna tell you who anyone is, but I am gonna tell you a couple of things that some people did, starting with one of the most horrifying days of my life. I had just started one of my TV jobs. I'm not telling you which job. I truly am not trying to like expose anyone, or like I have no hard feelings toward anyone. Seriously, it doesn't really affect me. And I had to judge a contest, as a lot of people in any type of media industry have to do. It's just, I don't know, they call on anyone to just help out with things, judge a contest. I don't know, it's just like a thing in media. And it was on a Saturday morning. I believe it was like you had to be at a mall at like 8:30 or 9 in the morning, I want to say, and the mall happened to be like an hour away from my place. So, they asked me to do it. I said, yes, of course, I will do whatever you want me to do. And I remember I was so like, wow, okay, I got to get to the mall on time. I want this to be great. I want to do a good job for them. And was there just so freaking early. I don't remember the exact times, but I just remember I was there an hour early, where I was just walking around the mall. I remember I called my mom at one point, just walking, waiting for it to be an acceptable time for me to go to this contest, waiting for anyone else to arrive. And then I arrived about a half hour early to the actual contest. So I'm just waiting around, kind of getting the rules from everyone. And we were waiting for this one person to show up. This person was my coworker. That person was going to be the other judge for this contest. Maybe 100-something people showed up for this contest, and they were all just waiting in a huge line outside. But we could not begin because we were waiting for the final judge to arrive. So it was about like 5 of us, and every single judge arrived way early to get like the rules, so we like could be acquainted with everything. And this one judge, no. We're waiting, and I remember some of the head people at my station who I worked with were like, can you text this person, see where this person is? Notice I'm not even saying gender. I truly am not trying to reveal anyone. And I really didn't want to text this person because I knew that, let's just call this person Chip, okay? That's like a gender neutral name, right? I knew that Chip was not the nicest human in the entire world. Anytime you were at the station with Chip, you'd like walk past this person and they just wouldn't even look at you, which was just so awkward. Like you're literally like I can't explain it. Sometimes you walk past people, it's like whatever, but like not even like a hey, ever. And so I just hated being in the presence of Chip, and they were like, you have Chip's number, don't you? Text Chip. And I was like, no. I ended up texting Chip being like, hey, where are you? These people are looking for you, la 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 la. Chip never answered, but about a half hour after we were supposed to be there, after the show, no, not even after we were supposed to be there, after the contest was supposed to get underway, Chip comes strolling in. And I'm like thinking like, wow, Chip must have gotten stuck in the worst traffic. Maybe there was an accident. Oh my gosh, expecting like huge apologies. Not even a peep about the fact that Chip was there so late. And I was like floored, because meanwhile I was like freaking out about getting there early. Like it was like, I was just floored. Chip gets there, doesn't say a word about being late, doesn't say a word about the fact that we've just been waiting, like wasting all of our time, including the people who were in this contest. And okay, whatever, all the judges get together, we get ready. One thing you have to know about me, I'm the type of person, like I go to your house, you offer me a cup of water, 99% of the time, I will not accept that water. Like to me, like, I don't know why, but I always feel so awkward accepting anything. Like I feel like it's like the biggest like inconvenience to a human, even if I'm so thirsty. I can't imagine having the audacity to be sitting there and all of a sudden Chip starts ordering, saying, I need gummy worms, I need some sort of candy, can someone get me candy? Like, from where? The mall was not even open at this point. It was so early. Like I said, where do you want us to get you candy? Meanwhile, who are you even asking? Like, who are you ordering around? Like, how dare you? Lo and behold, though, I don't even know who it was. A sister of someone ended up going on a mission to get Chip gummy worms. The girl comes back, gets Chip the gummy worms. You'd think Chip would be satisfied from there, but no. That is where the problems began. So, comes time for our lunch break, right? We're judges, we're hungry, and they were so generous to provide us with food. So I think it was like sandwiches and stuff like that, but I didn't have my EpiPen, which, if you guys don't know, I have a lot of like allergies, so if I eat something, I need an EpiPen if something were to happen. Sometimes, if I'm not familiar with food and I don't have it, I just won't eat. I'll just wait till I get home. It's whatever. I've been dealing with this for a while, so I was just not eating. Well, Chip is a vegetarian, and all of the sandwiches were meat. They were turkey, ham, whatever. You would have thought we laid Chip's like family out on a platter and asked Chip to eat the family. Like, it was insane. I'm standing there with Chip, and then all of a sudden when Chip makes the realization that there's not a vegetarian option, like a thing just switches. Are you kidding me? And like, Chip is talking to me, by the way. I'm like the only person Chip really knew. And by the way, we had hung out before. But anyway, flips out that they don't have a vegetarian option. And it was like the marketing and promotions people at our station who got the food. Chip starts freaking out about the fact that they don't even watch our newscast. If they watched our newscast for one day, they would know that I don't eat meat, blah, blah, blah. So disrespectful. And guys, I was blown away. Like, I was new at the job, and I was like, what is happening? And when Chip is speaking directly to me, I was kind of neutral. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't stick up for anyone. Like, I didn't say, like, Chip, you need to chill out, but you have to remember, I'm just a young newbie. So I just did nothing. I kind of just smiled and was like, yeah, I'm actually not eating lunch because I forgot my EpiPen. There's like, just to be safe, which is gonna be a key role here. And then I remember people offering to pay for Chip's food out of their pockets. What? Luckily, Chip knew enough to deny that, and it was this whole thing. Fast forward a couple of days later, on Monday, one of the bosses pulled me into the office because they wanted to know what happened with Chip, because word had got back that things did not go right. And it was so awkward because I almost felt like I got grouped into it because I didn't eat either. So I needed to make it so abundantly clear, like, I'm not a vegetarian, that's not why I didn't eat. I was like, listen, I forgot my EpiPen. I am not a part of the Chip saga. It was bad. Please don't group me a part of this. And I'm pretty sure any human there knew I wasn't a part of it anyway, or anyone who knows me knows I would never do that. But like, seriously, like, the audacity, like, oh my gosh. I remember I ended up leaving that mall, calling my mom and saying, I will never, ever be like that. And I'd actually learned before that about Divas. I'll just tell you one other quick story. When I worked at one of my internships, one of the reporters was working on their story, yada, yada, yada. And basically what happens is you work on your story, and like, it's up to the producers to decide which newscast is it in. So is it at the top of the 5? Is it in the middle of the 5? Bottom of the 6? It's just like different times it can be in. And pretty much like, you want to be at the top of the show. Like, if you're at the top of the show, that means it's a good story, it's a lead. If you're toward the bottom, it's not like it's a bad story, but it's just not as important. Well, one of the reporters was working on their story, and I'll never forget it, when this reporter found out that their story was going to be, I think it was like the bottom of the 5. Yeah, this reporter all of a sudden started yelling, saying they're not going to finish the piece because, oh, if it's not even good enough to be at the top, then whatever. Is this really what the newscasts are coming to? And then getting angry about the fact that they didn't have enough time to tell the story, because one thing in news, it is very annoying. It has to be quick. You can't tell like 10-minute stories in a newscast. That's like the entire newscast. It has to be quick and concise. It's like 1, 2, 3 minutes we're working with. And yeah, they just started freaking out. I'm sitting there as the lowly intern thinking, oh my gosh, wow, I'm witnessing a meltdown, I'm about to die. The reporter ended up storming out. Pretty sure the news director ended up having to come. Someone had to come and console this human, and it was just very awkward. And I was just like, and here's the thing I want to make clear though. This reporter was older, and I get it. When you get older, especially in an industry, you get fed up with things easily. They just don't slide off your back as much, It's annoying. It must be annoying to see things change so much in the news industry. Like, it starts out one way, and then now we have social media, and we have this and that, and the industry truly has changed. At the same time, though, like, I just feel like there's just never an excuse to not be a kind human. I've had situations, guys, where people are flat out, like, mean to me, rude, like, yeah, I'm not really gonna get into that too much, but turn the other cheek. Or if it's pertinent, if someone's like being like literally mean to me, I've like stuck up for myself where I just will throw it right back. Not in a mean way, but it's more like I'll say, by the way, don't talk to me like that. Especially as a young woman, I feel like this deserves its whole video. You can't let people just boss you around. But these situations I'm telling you about are just pure diva moments. Like, what? And honestly, they're helpful for me to see, like, wow, don't act like that. Like, this is what you can end up like. And that's like my worst fear. I never, ever want to be like a diva, mean human who like thinks they're all that. That's so important to me to be a good human. Like, I always try to like help people out, and like you could say a million things about me. You could say I'm a bad reporter. You could say you don't like my style. I have a very specific style of doing things. You could say I'm weird. You could say I'm not funny, but I don't think anyone can, no, I know for a fact, no one can say that I'm a mean person or that I'm difficult to work with. That's just, it's just not a thing. So yeah, I don't know. Moral of the story, I feel like when I got into this industry, I was kind of curious, is there a little diva-like thing going on? And yeah, I think it's interesting. This is a side of the TV news industry that doesn't really get talked about too much, or any TV in general. But yeah, it does exist. There are people like that. And you know what? I feel like it's more, honestly, a reflection of their own lives. And I don't mean that in a mean way. Both of these scenarios, both of these people were not happy in their lives. I'll just tell you that right now. I knew it working with them. They weren't happy with where they were. And that's why whenever anyone's ever mean to me or diva-like, I don't get upset anymore. I'm just like, that sucks for them that they're clearly not happy. So yeah, let me know if you want to see more like confessions of a TV news reporter type stuff where I kind of just, you know, talk about the industry and some things that you might not have known. For now though, my social media is linked down below if you want to give me a follow to see what I'm up to. That was weird. Okay, so yeah, maybe I'm not mean, but I definitely am weird. Have a nice day. Bye.